right around 2015, my wife and I were living like Christians, kinda. We were like lukewarm-ish, and like we weren't tithing like we should. We weren't committed to our church like we should. And the Lord was really pressing on my heart that we needed to start really taking our Christianity seriously. So I started committing to tithing around that time, like 2015. And I said, God, no matter what happens, we're gonna tithe. We're gonna tithe. And we started getting plugged in our church. And then I got laid off. And then I got another job and I got laid off. But through the whole system, I was tithing the whole time, no matter what. We came to the point where I was waiting to hear back from people, but the funds started getting really thin. Like I'd been out of work for a while. And we were trying really hard we were struggling with our money. It was really, really rough. And I still was remembering what God told me that. He says, and he told me this when I was in the height of my panic and trying to figure things out. And he says, no matter what happens, I'm going to bless you, is what he said. And he gave that to my heart. And we needed an exact amount. And when I was tithing this whole time, we needed an exact amount of about $800 to cover rent. And I would start to get anxious, and the Lord would calm me down and says, no, you focus on me and not you. And it was hard. That was a hard pill to swallow because I was so used to being in control, and then now you're out of control. Now you're even more out of control. In my quiet time, I was struggling, but the Lord kept bringing Isaiah 51 into my heart about how he would lift me up when I was low and he would support me. I'm trying not to get emotional about this because it was exactly what I needed to hear. And that was a really low point, because I mean, I was looking at all the options we had, but I knew it through that storm. I remembered the things that he told me, and I remembered the peace that he gave me, that it was going to be okay. And I remember distinctly walking to the mailbox and concerned, and the Lord reminded me that he had said that no matter what's going to happen, I'm going to bless you. So I said, God, I just put it in your hands. Got the mail, exactly $800 of what we needed, and some change was there to cover our rent. And then from there, I got the job I wanted. And then from there, in a few months, is exactly what the Lord said. I got like the biggest raise I had ever had in my career, like a huge raise. And then God just kept pushing us through, and God's just been great. And he always reminds us, it's not what you have, it's who you have that makes you successful. He doesn't need our money. You know, he has the cattle on 1,000 hills. He just wants my love and my trust. And that's what I learned from that, it was a relationship. He wanted how we want to dive in and get deep with God. He wanted to dive in and get deep with me. So when you're down and you're facing a wall, or you're facing a wave that's bigger than you, dive into the Word more. Trust the Lord. Take a step. Be like the woman that hardly had anything, and Jesus acknowledged them and what she gave. Trust Him, that your love be so great to the Lord and so want to know so much more about God that you're willing to give whatever it takes, and give of your finances to the Lord and give of your heart. And then He'll open up so many doors, and He'll bless your socks off.